I'm going to tell you about the 5 biggest mistakes that small businesses make when actually choosing a business bank account and why it's making it even harder for them to get access to business funding. Now, the first mistake is that they may be in the wrong business, okay? Meaning that they may have a high risk NAICS code. And as you can see here, these are just a few examples. I'm not going to talk about your high risk NAICS codes in this video, but this is your first mistake that a lot of small businesses make. Now, the second mistake that they actually make is they would go to a credit union to open up their business bank account or local community bank. The reason that this is a mistake and this is wrong, and for those of you that are honest, put a comment below. Let me know if you've made some of these mistakes. The reason is you don't want to go directly to a credit union and do all of your business transactions, okay? And I must explain to you why they do it, but the reason you don't want to do it is because your business transactions, they're not reporting that to the business credit bureaus. And I'm going to show you the banks that you actually want to start out with. But the reason most people go to like your local community bank or the credit union is because they know that they're going to get higher limit business lines of credit, business credit cards, and business loans with no revenue. However, that's wrong. Not saying that you should not do it, but this would not be my major bank. I'm going to tell you what would be my major bank. Now, here the major banks are. There's my top 3, and then there's other ones. These are nationwide. Your first one is Chase Bank. Now with Chase Bank, they do a FICO 8 scoring, okay? And when you open up your business bank account, it's going to be on Experian FICO 8. They may also look at your Experian business credit file. So when you go to Chase Bank and they're going to pull your credit and you may apply for a credit card, they may give you a smaller limit. They may start you out with $3,000 or $5,000, right? Where you're expecting to get $10,000 or $20,000. The reason is because you don't have a relationship with them yet. That's the reason we always tell people you want to wait at least 90 days before you start applying for any type of loans or lines of credit, okay? Now, if they offer you a credit card and you're comfortable with it, then go for it. But I would tell you to wait to garner a relationship. All right. Now, they report to Experian Business, Equifax Business, Small Business Financial Exchange, and that information is picked up with Dun & Bradstreet. The next institution is Capital One. Capital One is another institution that reports to the business credit bureaus, Experian Business, Equifax Business, Small Business Financial Exchange, and shared with Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, now please understand, you do not have to have a DUNS number. You do not have to have a paydex score. You do not have to have net 30s to open these accounts, and you can open them up with your EIN only. All right, this is very important, and these are the mistakes that people are making. Now, the third institution is Citibank. And again, Citibank ranks up there because, again, with Citibank, they have a lot of co-partner cards and stuff, and we're going to talk about that in a separate video. But in this video, explaining the banking side of things, they report to Experian Business, Equifax Business, Small Business Financial Exchange, and share with Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to understand. All right, now the next thing that you need to understand in reference to getting funding is setting up payroll. That's right, a lot of small business owners, they never set up payroll. This is a big mistake. And the reason is when you're trying to get money from financial institutions, if you can't show that that business is actually bringing in revenue or you're even getting paid from the business, it's going to make it more challenging for you to get access to funding. Now, I'll have a link below for you to talk to somebody if you want to one-on-one privately to actually get access to setting up your payroll. I'll have a link below for that. So that's your second mistake. Let's go back in terms of talking about applying for loans. Let's go back to talking about applying for loans from these top tier, okay? When it comes to loan and you're trying to get a loan from these top tier, Chase, Capital One, Citibank, or any of these other, even like with Navy, Federal, or whatever, here's the problem. It's too much red tape. And usually like with your top tier like Chase, Citibank, Capital One, because it's too much red tape and they want you to be in business anywhere from 18 to 24 months for loans. This is the reason why I tell people, do not go after a loan when you open up your business bank account, okay? Stay away from applying for loans when you're going after that. I will have a video, and I have other videos that actually tell you, if you're a new startup business, what are the best places to go for a business loan or line of credit if that's what you want to do. But you do not want to go for a loan. All right. Another thing that creates a challenge for a lot of small business owners and when choosing the right business bank account is they don't make the deposits. I always tell you guys, make sure that you make deposits either on a daily or weekly basis. Now, I know some of you are like, well, what's the minimum? I usually tell people if you can do about $100, $125 a week, at least to show activity. And again, like I said, you're guarding a relationship. You want to make sure that you actually have deposits and activity going on. All right. These are some of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people are making. Like I said, when they choose the wrong bank account, it really hurts them. And again, I have seen clients that have been with like credit unions and community banks and things of that nature, but what ends up happening, because they don't report their business transaction to the business credit bureaus and they may not have maintained their credit, then they won't be able to qualify for outside funding because lending institutions have no record of it. So this is the reason why I continue to tell you guys, please make sure that you are making weekly, daily deposits and make sure it's with your major banks. Now, for those of you that may want to utilize American Express does not report to Dun & Bradstreet. If you use On Deck, the only way On Deck benefits you if you actually have one of their products, not a checking account. So that's the reason I would not be using On Deck. And I know a lot of people may be confused about it. Now, in terms of funding, we're going to talk about that in a separate video. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention why many people, by choosing the wrong bank to start out with for their business transactions, is making it harder for them to get access to business credit funding. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.